Have you ever wondered why a balloon sticks to your clothing after being rubbed on your head? Or have you ever wondered why some substances boil at higher temperatures than others? All this can be explained by understanding intermolecular forces. Intermolecular forces are the forces that create an attraction between molecules, drawing them together. They are not nearly as strong as intramolecular forces, or the basic ionic or covalent bonds within a molecule. However, they still play an important role in chemical interactions. There are four types of intermolecular forces. If you take a look over here, the first and weakest intermolecular force we have are the van der Waals forces, also known as dispersion or London forces. The van der Waals forces are the weak attractive forces between atoms or nonpolar molecules that are caused by a temporary change in dipole moment. These are the forces that cause a static balloon to stick to your clothing. Another example that van der Waals forces are present in are methane molecules, which gives it a low boiling point because the forces are easily broken.
The second type of intermolecular force is the dipole-dipole interaction. These forces occur when molecules have polar bonds that attract each other due to alignment of positive and negative charges which are adjacent to each other.
The third type of intermolecular force is hydrogen bonding, which is a subclass of dipole-dipole interactions. And the bonds between a hydrogen atom of one molecule and either a nitrogen, oxygen, or fluorine atom, or a lone pair from another molecule. An example of hydrogen bonding can be found in cyclohexane molecules. The attraction between hydrogens of one molecule and the electronegative atoms of another molecule creates another force that pulls the molecules together in addition to van der Waals forces. This results in a higher boiling point because the molecules are less likely to dissociate. Thus, cyclohexanol has a relatively high boiling point compared to cyclohexane, whose only intermolecular forces are van der Waals forces.
The last type of intermolecular force is an ion dipole, which is the force resulting from electrostatic attraction between an ion and a dipole from a neutral molecule. And now we will proceed to show examples of these intermolecular forces.
So let's take a look over in the lab.
In this pot here we have water, and in this pot here we have alcohol. They're about the same temperature, but due to the different forces that are present in these two liquids, alcohol has hydrogen bonding, which gives it a higher boiling point because the hydrogen bonds are stronger and thus take more energy to break the bonds and let it boil, whereas water does not have as strong bonds. So clearly we can see that water has a lot more steam coming out of it than this alcohol.
Clearly.
In the next example, we are dealing with solubility. In this one here, we have hot oil, and in this one here, we just have hot water. Water is a polar solution, and oil is a nonpolar. Sugar is a polar
Substance.
solid.
Yeah.
And we will demonstrate how it interacts with these liquids. So if I pour sugar into the hot water and I stir it, it clearly disassociates because they are both polar substances, and like dissolves like. Now if I take some sugar and pour it into the hot oil and I stir it and try to dissolve it, it does not dissolve and sugar becomes a liquid within this oil because oil is a nonpolar substance whereas sugar is polar, and because they're not the same, they do not dissolve.
You can still see the sugar sitting at the bottom of the oil in this pot, whereas the sugar in the water completely dissolved. But anyways, Another area that intermolecular forces are important in is in pharmaceuticals. Consumers want fast relief from cold symptoms or pain. Understanding intermolecular forces is important when it comes to how quickly the pill will be dissolved in our stomach acid and taken into our body. This is important for students studying to become pharmacists to understand.
And that also deals with solubility.
Yeah. This concludes our YouTube video. Thank you for watching. My name is Alex Vercelli, and this is my partner Elika Vargas.